Good morning, everybody, and good morning, Szilvia. Very nice to have you with us this morning. We are in March. There's a beautiful weather, sunshine, and let's try to give some sunshine also to our guests. So what are we touch today based as a subject? We have decided to speak about the beautiful HR skills, gaming technology, and everything else that is related to that. Szilvia, since quite a long period, you are developing a lot of different projects, and you went from coaching, life coaching, skills development, and then recently you went closer and closer to one very interesting project called Accelium. What is Accelium? Can you tell me something about it?
Yes, it's a very interesting, innovative skills development program, and I was very happy when I find it, because to develop skills, it's not easy. And I think that in Accelium, the owners, the founders, was visionaries. As they started to use games to develop skills. In 1994, they started, if we think, 27 years ago. So they have big experience in it. They started everything with chess, but later they put other games as well. And as I mentioned, I think they were visionaries. They started to put these kind of games in online. As well. So, for example, in this period, we can hold trainings. We can use for measure these kind of skills. So I think Accelium is very innovative, new, fun, and useful in this sector, and created by chess masters and game theorists. So I think that they are very good in strategic thinking, for example, and we develop that kind of skill as well. That is very important for executives, for example.
We have been in business for a similar period of time with ITL Group, because the company was established in '95, and one of the, let's say, key points in our business life, especially working abroad in different countries, is definitely problem solving. Problem solving is, let's say, really on the top of our everyday needs, beside, of course, all the technical skills that are needed. But that's a daily challenge, how to develop, let's say, the problem solving capacity and knowledge within the company, because that's a mindset, that's a man approach.
Exactly.
And despite the fact that, let's say, I developed, let's say, rather good problem-solving knowledge and capacity, when I tried Accelium, because I was very much curious when you showed me and we did the personal test, I was really thrilled to see how many challenges such a gaming technology based on artificial intelligence can pose you. And it is really, let's say, the more you try, the more you want to do it, because it's really challenging up and up new, let's say, methodologies. So it's very good.
Yes, it's very nice, and it's good that you mentioned that behind there is artificial intelligence technology. That means, of course, that we are playing with the machine. But don't be afraid, it's not a bad thing or something like that. But this machine is helping us that, for example, if we are Forrest Gump, we don't receive as opponent Einstein. So remain everything, we remain under motivation, passion, and it's very important in the developing procedure to be motivated during this period, and in the tests as well. For example, the artificial intelligence can see our steps feel how much time we spend before doing a step. If happens something immediately, then the machine feel if that is shocking us or motivate us, and we became more efficient. So incredible.
Now, let me make a difficult question probably to you, a little bit out of the blue, but that's problem solving too, okay. Did you see a difference in the approach to the game between men and women? So different ways of approaching the game, different strategies and reactions? Good
question. I think that it's interesting because I was thinking that the man is very, that is the column, no? Theoretically. Very cautious, working in their mind. And I saw, in case of top managers as well, that they are doing again and again and again the same mistake. And the game, that's why it's very, very, very good, because the trainer, for example, at this case, show a mirror to the top manager who didn't see it before.
Yes.
This not a good working pattern, and he can change. The ladies are very passionate in the games. They are more, I think, more emotional, but that is interesting that I think after an Accelium course, nobody is going away with empty hand. A man can develop the thinking skills. That is not perfect. I know that they are thinking, but not. So, so it's possible to develop. This is a never-ending story, and they can start to understand their emotions during the game.
You know, in business, if I look at in, let's say, daily business, what I see mostly is that men usually is using, I don't say it is true, but is using a higher self-confidence in what they do. And in the sense that is reflecting what you say, that they are probably doing the same mistakes several times because they are so sure about what they know. Women have a different approach, and it's more flexible in a way, and they are more, let's say, thinking through what they do. And so it's quite interesting to see that also the game is very often reflecting the same issues. Besides the speed or anything else, that each of the people can have a different, let's say, dimension. But that's good to see the reactions. You know, my understanding is that let's say, the most the future of what you are doing and you are developing, okay, is not, let's say, to train directly the end users, but you are mostly developing the system through HR companies and HR directors in different companies. And to do that, in 2020, we became a growth center in Hungary for this technology. Can you tell me something more about it? What is it about?
Yes, so ITL Group became a growth center last year. That means that, of course, we are doing and holding trainings to the companies as well and to people as well. But next to this, we have the possibility to teach professionals as well, so coaches, trainers, psychologists, consultants, everybody who is helping people to grow. So we have trained the trainer program as well, and of course I think it's very important continually to learn new technologies, new tools, new mode of thinking, how we are working in the professional sector as well, as coaches, as trainers. And Accelium gives an excellent solution for this. With the online games, with the trainings, and of course we have different kind of products. that is important to know and clear, as we have trainings, skills development trainings, and we have assessment tests, and we have talent tests. We call talent tests for the recruitment. These tests are different. We measure different skills from 15 minutes to 35 minutes. It's very good, create a very good image to the company as well. As can you imagine that there is a potential worker who is at home in depression or something like that after this situation, receive a link and he has to play. And then, of course, so it's fun. He receives value as he can receive the results in PDF form. We save, I think, time, energy to the company as well, and to the potential worker as well. And that's very important that we save failure. So that it's not, and I think if you are invited to an interview and then no feedback, no nothing, no, so it's we can save this. And then there is the assessment test as well. It's interesting. It's a 50 minutes test, and of course everywhere we are playing only. So there is no that I am very smart, I think. And I know that how I have to answer to this question. No, so you have to play. So it's I think that the participant receive a very pure feedback about their skills, and these kind of skills that we measure, for example, are quick thinking, analytical ability, efficiency, flexible thinking, performance under pressure, that's very important, strategic thinking, planning. For example, there was an IT company, and the owner was telling me, Szilvi, please help me. In IT sector, so there are many junior and many interviews, and he told me that Szilvi helped me to find the people who has good analytical ability and problem solving. I have no more energy and time that after 3 months I see that they are not good in this. These are basic skills, for example, in the IT sector. And the third product, that is the more complex, the training, where we have very, I think, company-friendly training, as we organize the training that is only 4 hours. So half a day, and we have the 4 times 4 hours trainings, and we put generally in every second week only, as it's very important to practice at home, to play at home. I give a lot of homeworks, because it's important that the techniques that we learned during these courses, they are able to put in their real life, in real work, and that needs time.
But tell me one thing, because what is very interesting to me is that Accelium by now is a worldwide company operating in a huge number of countries with great success. But the interesting fact is that they have basically 2 complete different range of business, let's go say so. Okay, one is what we are talking now about, so it's adult trainings, but where they are very strong also is also on kids, so in schools. So they started with the same artificial intelligence methodology to develop the youngest one, so the skills of boys and girls, because it's from the young age that you need, let's say, to develop very much your soft skills. So what is the difference between training a kid, the methodology, and training an adult, in your opinion? Are they applying the same logic methodology, or is it 2 completely different worlds? Because in one you have to program the mindset, in the other one you have to reprogram the mindset.
Exactly. It's a very good 2 words: program and reprogram.
Yes.
It's good. I think the methodology behind is the same. The mode how we teach it, that is difference. In case of the kids, of course, there we don't have to work to motivate them to have the passion to find and try new things, and there is no ego there yet. So it's very interesting, for example, that in case of the training of the adults, there is a big obstacle, that is the ego as well. That is the biggest obstacle of growing.
Yes.
Many times in case of managers. And it's very nice because in case of kids as well, and in case of adults as well, I like to find diamonds that they are thinking that they are rock only. It's a very, very, very nice thing, and it's important to the company as well to find these kind of people.
You know that you were mentioning ego before, and I see that on the back you have our, let's say, common the centuries. Okay, our common friend Louis, who was writing this wonderful book about how to win the game of life. That's all about similar factors. So, how much can the ego and the mindset block you within certain frames, and how much is the need to develop it? And Accelium is one of the potential tools, of course, to move out from let's say your block, your system where you are every day.
Exactly. I think it's very important and become more and more important to develop skills and to know ourselves. It's very, very interesting that, for example, when we buy a washing machine or a car, the first thing that we do, we start to read the instructions. And if I ask the people, tell me the instructions to you, they can't tell me. And the Accelium, for example, could be the first and sympathetic step to start with an interesting adventure and journey inside. And that is another important thing in case of Accelium. I teach always the two-direction attention. The one attention that we saw what is happening on the table, in the situation, who are in it, who are the participants, what strategy, and so on. But the other thing, the attention, what is happening inside, because that will influence our efficiency.
You know, the other interesting point is that you started, let's say, mostly in 2020. You started before, but let's say 2020 was the first year of, let's say, the big start for Accelium in Hungary, okay? And due to the pandemic, you have also challenged the fact that, of course, everybody is, especially in the service industry, most of the people are in home office and so on. But luckily, the fact that Accelium is, let's say, a game-based, is a software-based technology, you could be even more successful because of that, let's say, because it's you can deliver it at home in a very easy way. So how is the training sector going into this direction, into this period of time? How is it developing from the offline to online? And what was your personal experience with Accelium?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are lucky that we can do it online. I like, of course, the real trainings, because I like to meet with the people. But with Accelium, it's possible to hold it without problem online as well. For example, in case of the trainings, I'm using generally Zoom. I like it. And I can share my monitor during the training, and when they start to play, as for me it's important to see how they are playing, as I have to hold a mirror to them to see their patterns that they don't know. I put them in breakout rooms, and they can share their monitor, and I can see how they are playing. So it's absolutely functioning. And on the first time they receive already the entrance code to the games, and after the workshops they can practice at home without problem, with a glass of wine or with the kids. I have already grandpa as well, before the pension, before going pension on a course, for example, and it's possible to play with the little kids, and they are and it's interesting how they are playing together. So can be a good and efficient family program as well. It's not like that again a training and I have to learn at home, so I can't be with my family, but you can practice with your family as well, and they can grow as well with you.
You know that we very much believe in whatever is a game, because game is challenge. In 2012, when we started our, let's say, the idea of starting the Budapest Business Party, it was a game-based networking party. Of course, nothing to do between that kind of gaming and what we are talking today. Okay, what we are talking today is skill development. What we did, it was a fun part, amusing, entertaining. But on the other side, it was always to challenge a little bit people, because adults, as I always say, they are like kids. If I go in a place and there is a dart or a billiard or something, I start to play. Okay, and I want to win. I want to challenge myself. So, of course, this is a great fun, but we don't have to see only the fun part. We have to see the developing part of ourselves. And we are moving to a world where artificial intelligence is dominating more and more the service industry. Is going to cut off, as we know, let's say, the several basic jobs. Let's call it so, or even not so basic. And the industry, in general, HR industry, okay, is asking more and more soft skills development, because this will be what will make the difference, not the knowledge itself, it's the combination between knowledge and soft skill development. So who are you targeting exactly with Accelium? Who is your audience? Who are your, let's say, key points in the industry that, in your opinion, should look at such a solution?
Mm-hmm. I think, as I mentioned before, nobody is going home with empty hands. I like to tell when it's something similar when you are reading a very deep book, putting in a nice story. No, somebody will bring away the nice story, and somebody will bring away the deep meaning that can change his life. For example, Accelium is the same. For example, to the top managers can be interesting to self-knowledge. And to the middle level can be interesting to have the techniques from these chess masters, to change the mode of thinking, to know themselves better. What is my behavior in this situation? How I feel in this situation? How change my efficiency if I am losing? What is my behavior when I'm going to win? So it's interesting, and I think it's possible to use in fabrics as well, because it's not depending on the how many diploma or I don't know we have. It depends how on which level is the person who is playing, but in you know, that is the intelligence with that we are born. That is different. And for them as well can be very interesting to change their life, how they start to think, because it's possible that from home they didn't bring it. And Accelium can be a very good tool to show the way, where to go, how to think.
Szilvia, a final question, not a sales question, but a message, okay, that you will give, because you were mentioning to me in the last times we met that during 2020, for example, you had very big interest and positive reactions, not only from some HR director of companies, but even from psychologists, from universities, professors, and so on, because it is, let's say, a very challenging and innovative new direction where to go. Of course, game-based trainings, there are a lot on the market, but this seems to be, let's say, extremely different from a lot of them. And because of this, it's challenging a lot of people and is taking the attention about it. So your message to the HR world, okay, that is looking now to the why, not the how, but the why, okay? The floor is yours for this question.
I think that a worker can work in an efficient way if they are in harmony, if they know themselves, if they are happy, if they are working in that position, that area in what they are good and in what that they love to do. And for example, and that's why it's very important, and my message, it's important to turn towards the skills, measure the skills and develop the skills. Because if somebody is conscious that I am good in this, not in sales or something like that, but skills, we are speaking about skills, then that people will be happy, will be motivated, will work with passion as he is doing that he or she loves to do and in what it's good. So my message is that start to measure the skills and start to develop the skills.
Thank you very much, Szilvia. It was great to have you with us today, and enjoy with the same passion that you always had and have your duties and your spreading on the market. Yes, please.
I like to play, no? So I am using generally Yoda because I like it, no? So something like that if you know, for example, that you can move a big thing with your hand, you will never know that I can try. So something like that. Try.
Thank you very much, Szilvia.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a great day and go.
Bye.
Bye to everybody. Bye.